welcome back. Hey guys, welcome back to another Simone ASMR video. I'm actually going to edit this and upload it today, so I am in the closet because it's just the quietest place and the darkest place. Well, there goes that. So I wanted to do a little like whisper ramble but celebrity gossip chit chat with you guys because so much has been going on, and all along I had been so out of the loop, but like I'm finally in the loop a little bit. So first thing on the list is Scandival. Do you guys watch Vanderpump Rules? I don't. I genuinely don't watch Vanderpump Rules. I only got interested in it when I started watching Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and I found out that Garcelle's son was going to be there. But then I also realized he was being like messy on the show because Garcelle's son was put on the Real. When she was on the Real, he came on the Real. He was talking about being a new parent and also like his music career and everything. And this is the oldest son, who I see that like Garcelle has a lot of like guilt about him because she raised him alone. She was a single parent with him, and so she feels like she did something wrong, and that's why. Which I'm not here to judge that or even like think or discuss that, right? But I got a little bit of interest then, and I'm one of those people who watches like all the Bravo things on YouTube, watch What Happens Lives, but I don't always watch What Happens Live, but I don't always watch the actual show that's, you know, that Bravo is pushing, right? So this is what's been going on, or at least my understanding of what's been going on. I know some of you are like better fans than me, so tell me what the hell's happening like in the comments, because I want to know the tea. I have looked and I've looked and I've looked for people who give like comprehensive breakdowns of what's going on, and I'm not getting everything that I'm looking for, like all the details, but I got a few. So this is what I'm understanding. I have seen Tom Schultz and Tom Sandoval. I've seen them doing promos before together, and guys, they were just this big bromance. I want to say quintessential or something, and then the word left away. But anyway, I was saying they have such a bromance. Like they are such brothers, they are such friends, they're business partners. They sell it. They know how to sell it most of the time. But I did see them fumbling a bit in this whole situation. So this is what's going on. There's this show Vanderpump Rules. It's a bunch of young people, young in quotes, younger than Lisa Vanderpump, who work for Lisa, and they run a business, and that's the basic premise of the show and all the point, all that stuff. So there is this couple, that's Ariana and Tom, right? They are one couple. They were together for 9 years. I think they also branded their coupleness and everything, but they were dating, they were living together, they bought a home together, but they were not married. You know, watch that. And it seems like Tom was ready to do that, to settle down, to get married, and Ariana was not. But that's that relationship. Then there is this girl called Raquel. Raquel went through her own breakup in past seasons. She was dating somebody, no longer dating that person. Raquel was friends with Ariana, right? Ariana really seems to really value Raquel's friendship. They seem to have a really good like work friendship, best friendship thing going on. And then the other one is Tom 2. We'll call Tom Schultz Tom 2. Tom 2 is Tom 1's best friend, and so there's been like some confusion, but basically it came out that Tom Sandoval had been having an affair. Tom 1 had been having an affair with Raquel. Classic case of your man's having an affair with your friend, with your best friend, and you don't believe it because Thomas's phone, it lights up, and it turns out that there are messages coming in from Raquel. The messages are spicy messages, so she's seeing the messages in real time. This is happening whilst they're, I think, doing promo for the next season, which is the current season of Vanderpump Rules, right? So this is happening whilst they're doing promo for this thing. So she's seeing these messages come in real time. She also finds a recording of a FaceTime conversation that they were having, which I think is also a spicy conversation. And what Ariana does is that she forwards the message to Sheena, a friend, to be like, oh my god, can you believe this? Which I think is absolutely natural. Sometimes when you get bad news, you just think you blast it out, right? So she's blasting out in real time. Tom is on the stage, he's performing, he's singing, right? And Sheena is with Raquel. So Sheena reportedly, allegedly punches Raquel. And if my memory serves me right, Raquel might be trying to turn this into a court case, so might be pursuing some legal things about that punch, right? And rumor has it Sheena was seen with a swollen hand days after that. Okay, so now all of a sudden everything's out in the open. Everything is clear to some extent with everybody, the cast and everybody. And now the cast is saying, oh my god, we missed it. So during this season, the big issue that's going on is that Tom and Raquel there was a trip that people went on, and I think it's in Cancun, and Tom and Raquel kissed at that trip. Okay, so that's what's happening right now in the season, but in real life it's blown up. Everybody knows what it is. What had happened was, one of the other, like, the cheating scenarios is Ariana's grandma and her pet. I don't know if it's a dog or a cat at this moment, but Ariana's pet and her grandmother passed away, like, subsequently, like, really close together in time frame. And so at a certain point, Ariana had to leave and go be with her family, right? In this home that Tom and Raquel, in this home that Tom and Ariana share, Raquel comes over and they do that thing, and it gets crazy. And there are questions about, did Tom do something with Raquel? And it's like there's some discrepancies in the truth there when people are telling their stories. Tom says, no, she slept in the bed, I slept on the couch. Oh no, she slept this, like. So there's all these discrepancies in the stories, and that's kind of the clues that people piece together to be like, something happened that day, Then come to realize that it's kind of been very obvious that something's been going on between them, because they have been wearing matching lightning neck chains, and it's like they've been flaunting their relationship. In fact, Tom says Ariana must have known. Like, that's his only defense. His only defense is she must have known. I can't believe she didn't know. Other people in the cast also feel like Tom was definitely cheating, but they didn't think he was cheating with Raquel. Does that make sense? So a lot of people are like, we're very shocked that Tom was cheating with Raquel, but we're not shocked that Tom was cheating. Even though these guys have been together for 9 years, even though Tom's brand is the good Midwestern guy, blah blah blah, it's just like, no, it's a fail. Like, everybody else thought they were definitely having an affair. So it's still currently playing out. They have a joint property. They're gonna have to battle it out, sell it, and all this stuff. Now, recently, right, Raquel has been trying to rebrand herself. It's failing. She was trying to kind of pin it Sandoval and Schultz together, and Tom was on tour, and people are boycotting everything, which is pretty sad, guys. And here's why. I'll say it's pretty sad. If your business, whatever business you do, is featured on Bravo, then Bravo gets 10% of whatever you make. Already as an owner, you are spending 10%. Whether you want to consider it as 10% of profits is going, or it's 10% in, you want to consider it as marketing. However you consider it's 10%. So you can imagine these two guys have these contracts. 10% is going. They've been working together. They were expecting a push and an expansion and a growth. And now people are boycotting them just because of the personal business that has been going on. And guys, I want you to imagine if you were Tom Schultz. How would you feel if the affair of your friend is messing your money? Okay, that's number 2. Thirdly, guys, Tom Schultz is under fire as well, because everybody feels like he knew. The way that Tom 2 and Tom 1 are close, everybody just felt like there's no way that this could be happening, and he didn't know. Do you know what I mean? Impossible. So I just feel like they are in so much trouble business wise, because this is gonna tank their businesses, right? And Tom has come out even kind of apologizing, but everybody's kind of mad because he's not apologizing to his ex. He's just apologizing to like the public because it's mostly affecting his money, right? Okay, that's that. And I will listen to this interview that Tom did, where Tom is kind of explaining why he did what he did, or what was going on in his mindset at the time. And guys, Tom doesn't get it. Nobody is questioning whether you were happy or unhappy in the relationship. Everybody's wondering why you cheated with her friend instead of breaking up with her first. One other thing, it feels like people on the show don't really like Raquel that much, and Ariana always used to have Raquel's back, and now it's like boom, she's got nobody, no support from the team, from the cast, no support. It's just her and him right now. FYI, all of this is being filmed, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna see it, but people are loving being detectives whilst knowing what's going on in the background. Okay, that is kind of the case of Tom, Ariana, Raquel, and Tom 2, and all that stuff. Tell me what you guys think. What are your favorite characters in Vanderpump Rules? I've seen a lot of interviews being done by Lala, and generally, like, people are supporting, like, everybody's team Ariana in this whole mess. So that's my understanding. Okay, alright, we are done with that. Now, let's go to situation number 2. I'm gonna talk about this even though it's not like technically like celebrity, but like there is a congressman called George Santos who got in trouble because after he had won his seat in Congress, people found out that he was lying about everything. Guys, the guy is a pathological liar. He lied about where he went to school, he lied about his background, he lied about he called himself Jewish, and he said I was Jewish. He's just like a pathological liar, which I think if you're a pathological liar, you cross yourself over to pop culture the same way Clinton and Lewinsky crossed themselves over to pop culture. So I think it's pop culture. Anyway, he got indicted for like 13 counts of like different things, fraud, wire fraud, and lying to Congress and all this stuff. So it turns out he was using funds he raised from on the campaign trail. So in addition to like lying about everything, like his whole resume was made up, okay? And he's like, I didn't think I was doing so bad. Okay, guys, I think that there's a difference between lying on your resume for getting an obscure job versus lying on your resume to become a congressman. What? And also turns out he stole people's dogs or things like that. Like, who does that? Like, don't you know you should never come between Americans and their dogs? Like, it's like a crime. So he finally got indicted for the lies. was just too much. It was just too much. It was headed this way. It was crazy. He refused to step down. I don't know, do you think that was a good move, him refusing to step down? I have a question. If he had stepped down, would the issues have gone away? Or was it better that he kind of like milked it for what it's worth because he was already stuck between a rock and a bad place? I don't know. Anyway, between a rock and a hard place. But yeah, that's it with the George Santos stuff. Definitely not talking about politics here. Even though I don't mind. I'm just not like... I'm good. Okay. Then there is TikTok and the whole tart thing going on. Okay. First of all, if I get any of these facts wrong, don't judge me because I don't even know how I know this. Okay. This is unrealistic. It doesn't make sense that I even know anything that I do know. So Tarte is owned by this girl called Maureen. This lady called Maureen. Very pretty lady. She owns Tarte Cosmetics. And Tarte has gotten in trouble in the past for like just not being very like diverse, and this is not one of those, oh, they like diversity in employees. It's a makeup brand that's just not diverse when it comes to actual products. Like they just don't have a lot of shade ranges. Their products don't pigment well, so they don't cater to like people who are more melanated and stuff like that. That's Tarte's issue. That's Tarte's primary issues. Secondly, their team and their campaigns and everything, it just shows, right? So recently they got into trouble because they invited this one girl on a trip and they treated her poorly. You know, she found out she wasn't getting paid or something. This is something that happens sometimes where certain people are brought on for diversity and they're underpaid or not paid at all. You know, they're told they're doing it for exposure, whilst other people of different ethnicities are getting paid as well. Does that make sense? So I think that there's generally a feeling, and I know people don't all agree with this, especially if you were raised in a very capitalist place like America. It might be really hard to grasp some of these concepts, but like most people feel like if you do the same work, you should get the same pay. It's not always about if you bring the same exposure. Does that make sense? Like, for example, I'll say this. When you're hiring models on a campaign, right? Or you're hiring experts or testers or whatever, it really doesn't have much to do with like who they are. Sometimes it's just like because you're still selling a product, right? I don't know if that makes sense, but like if you take out celebrity culture, some of these things start to make sense a little bit. But if you're doing the same work, you should get similar pay regardless of the fact that someone else has, you know, the target audience for your brand or blah blah blah. Like that's a different fee and a different payment at a different time. Does that make sense? So I feel like sometimes it's just unfair to say you're bringing people along to do stuff and you're not paying them what they deserve. And I think that here's what I'll say to this. In the context of like diversity and inclusion, if you are hiring somebody to be the only that in that space, doesn't that automatically make them worth more? If they're the only unique person in that situation, doesn't that automatically make them as valuable, even though on the other side of like how many followers, how many blah blah blah, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't translate. So for example, and I feel this way, if you're gonna put me in a room where everything is new, everything is different, everything is foreign to me, you're gonna have to pay me a little bit more. You know what I mean? Just the same way we pay people who are, I feel like we tend to applaud people for being able to navigate places that are foreign to them. We tend to value it more, but we don't always somebody who spoke Chinese and they were American and you needed them to go to China and like pitch a deal, you'd pay them, right? You'd pay them because they're bringing this valuable asset. One, they are American, but two, they can speak Chinese. Same thing with being, I think, a minority in a predominantly mainstream America. You are navigating, you're being valued for navigating a different world, and I think it should be valued as such. I think at least it's until people are comfortable with having diversity and inclusion, but not tokenism. Exactly, that's what I mean. You should pay for tokenizing people. That's what I think. You cannot use me for tokenism. You cannot use me for tokenism and not pay me. You can't have to pay me. But if you're genuinely interested in diversity and inclusion, then that's different. Anyway, they had this girl on a trip. They treated her badly. There was a huge falling out on it on social media. Bad PR, right? And then to fix it, they invited a couple other people. One of the people they invited is Nikkei from Specs and Places. I did a true crime on her with Carter Agency, but Nikkei came on, and of course I minimally follow her, but when on TikTok, once you've consumed someone's content, they do come up here and they're on your For You page. So what happened to me was her initial video justifying her attendance at the Tart thing is what came out. And honestly, it's the only video I've seen this whole weekend, which means that video of hers is doing numbers. But she does that video explaining, oh my god, let me tell you what I did. I took advantage. I know how to charge people. She's like, I took advantage of the situation. As soon as the bad PR started happening, I reached out to Maureen and the girls, and they said, do you want to come? And I said, let me go. And so I got up. And so I got up and I went. I dropped everything I was doing and I went on a free trip to Miami. So actually, just to let you know, like the Tart trips are pretty popular because they are big. You know, people go to like Turks and Caicos. People go to like beautiful places. Their brand girls go to different places. That brand team go to nice places. So Nikkei was able to get in on it, and she was like, what I do is if I'm the only black person in the room, I charge a diversity tax. She was using that to justify her being there. And you know, she also did like, this is I think the part of what she did that irked people. She said, I am an OG. She calls herself an OG influencer. I am an OG influencer. I paved the way, blah blah blah, and all that stuff. I told you in the past, she said, oh, you know, 10K on a deal and whatever. She's just positioned herself very in a different way. And I think she also did a little bit of the hypergamy content, the content of like dating rich and stuff like that. She also did like interracial dating content a little bit and stuff like that. So she's definitely hopped on a few trends. And then she did the Carter Agency content, which is what a lot of that's how I found out about her. Before that, I don't know. Till now, I don't consider her a beauty influencer. I know she does skincare, but she's not a makeup girly in my head. She doesn't wear makeup well. She doesn't do hair well. She just does good skin. She's got great skin. So she comes on and she talks about how she thinks she's the Harriet Tubman of things, how she paved the way for the new girls. And she was saying, if you didn't start off your brand calling people out, you shouldn't do that. It's gonna be bad for you, blah blah blah. She was trying to place herself as the exception, not the rule, to this whole dynamic of bad PR and everything. And people are now kind of deep diving into who she really is. A couple stories have come out about her, very negative stories, that she's been threatening people with legal action. So one thing I do know about Nikkei is that Nikkei is she's a lawyer. She studied law. So even though she's not a practicing lawyer, she is always threatening to litigate. She's always threatening to litigate people into compliance. And what she did is, right, she was saying, I'm retiring from the influencing. know TikTok, somebody did a video saying, you guys, please don't put these influencers on a pedestal, these coaches, these mentors. Please don't put them on a pedestal because it's not always what you think. She was like, I had this mentor of mine who, the ghost doing the story is based in the UK. She was like, first of all, I paid this $1,000. She was like, my first call, she was asking me if I paid. I'm like, why are you asking me this? Should be able to tell in your system if I paid, right? 1, 2. The girl's based in the UK, Nikki is based in the US and Nigeria. Those are her 2 places. So this girl is having issues with time differences and blah 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 and all these other things, and she's also not getting the content or concept that are relevant to where she is in the UK. Like, there are different brands in the UK, there's a different style in the UK, there's different things happening in the UK. She offered, because she promised brand lists, brand emails, she basically promised kids on how to do social influencing and earning from it, right? So this girl saying, it's not making sense for me, and I requested a refund because I was like, this is not what making sense for me. She was like, additionally, she would be late to sessions. She was like, additionally, she'd get mad at me if I was late for sessions, but she would be late for sessions and I would just have to eat it. And apparently she would be like mean to her, like berate her. And also when she cancelled, she disputed the transaction. She was like, no, I'm not getting the services that I was promised for the service, so cancel this payment. She canceled the payment. Nikki started threatening her family, her kids, everything. And this girl, when she told the story, she didn't say it was Nikki, but somebody was like, is this Nikki? Is it Nikki? Is it this girl? Okay, because everybody's noticing that apparently she's had this reputation, but the people who were experiencing her like this are small creators, so they didn't get seen, right? So another girl talks straight up. Actually, another girl a few weeks ago did a video about Nikki, being very honest that it was specs and places. Nikki, she did this to her and everything. It was an allegation. She offered her this, it wasn't worth it, it wasn't going well and everything, but then she threatened her with litigation and blah blah blah, and now she can't talk much. But what the girl said was, for everything that I say in the public, she said she's got a lawyer, 1, 2, for everything that she says in these videos, she's got evidence to back up what she said, because Nikki was using law litigation to intimidate people so that they wouldn't speak up. So Nikki's got a bad behind the scenes has currently got a bad behind the scenes reputation. The other thing is that Nikki claims to be a UN ambassador, a UN ambassador to the US from Nigeria, but people are not finding evidence of that. Nikki seems to be well connected, but a lot of people are not really sure where she's from. She's big on TikTok, but not on Instagram. People say she used to be a Tumblr person, or she's a Tumblr person, or whatever. Like, she came from another platform, was big then, kind of extrapolated into other spaces. But like right now, basically what I can say is, somebody said this, somebody said the girl from Tarte Maureen, the owner of Tarte, has managed to mess up 3 people's careers as influencers, credibility, because as an influencer, the public has to see you favorably in order to purchase from you, and she's messed it up for people. Guys, can you see this? I think it's heat rush. Okay. But anyway, someone was saying like she's managed to mess up a few people's like reputations just by pollution. It will just make the world a better place, especially since we're living in a progressively more diverse world. Just make the effort. I would say make the effort or don't make it at all. I think, right? That sounds so harsh, but they should make the effort. But the halfway little things, not a good look. Anyway, that's it. Todd, Nikkei Spectin Places, George Santos, and Sandoval. I hope you enjoyed